Right, let's read this question. A circle which lies in the first quadrant touches the x-axis, the y-axis, and the straight line 3x minus 4y minus 20 equal to 0. The point F lies on the straight line. Find the equation of the circle and then find the shortest distance from the point F to the circle. So basically, first thing first, get the first info here. This is your first info. Okay. The first info said that the circle lies in the first quadrant. That's why I put it in here in the first quadrant. Okay. And then they say it touches. The circle touches the x-axis and the y-axis. So basically, I can start by drawing a small circle to show you guys. Okay. I start with the small circle to show you guys that it touches the x-axis and the y-axis. Can you see this? Touch the x-axis and the y-axis. So the bigger it gets, let me show you, the bigger it gets, how much big does it get? The bigger the circle. Let me draw it first, then I'll explain. So the bigger the circle it gets, the more clearer you see that it is actually having the same radius. Can you see? So this is small circle. Okay, this is small circle. When I make it more bigger, it becomes this one. Can you see? As long as it just touches, as long as it touches x-axis, y-axis, I'm happy. Then I make it much more bigger. And you will see a very symmetry circle, Circle, symmetry. Circle, we didn't call it symmetry because it's already symmetry. Because whatever the circle is, the radius must be the same, isn't it? That is the fact. And so when the bigger the circle gets, the bigger it gets, we know that there is the radius r. And so when we understand that there is a radius there, it means that indirectly we know that the center is actually r value. The h and the k value is actually the radius here, from the radius. Because the length of the radius is of course the same. And so indirectly, we know that the center h and the k here is actually r. Okay, that's a fact. So I put here center is equals to r, which I do not know yet what is my r value. But from this first information, I know that they have radius. And I know that indirectly, this center has a value of r. Because of course, dekat sini inilah memang kedudukan dia di dalam paksi x dan paksi y. Di dalam satu axis ni. Itu sahajalah koordinat dia yang kita tahu there is r there is a radius there. So indirectly we know that this coordinate, of course, it costs us value of r. Dia akan beri kita value of r. Indirectly, it means like that. I hope you do understand what I'm saying here. Okay, right. So if you understand that already, that it is the value of r there, it means that we need to find the r. So we are going to find the r by using this formula, the shortest distance. Okay, so this shortest distance has a formula of modulus AH plus BK plus C, and then everything is divided by square root of A squared plus B squared. So this is a formula that is very important because this formula is for those who has for those question yang ada circle dan ada line. Formula ni, shortest distance ni hanya untuk formula shortest distance ni lah yang ini. Particularly this formula, I'm saying this formula is for a circle and a line. And I show you here. I show you in my notes here saying that finding the D okay, or the R is this formula. Alright. Kenapa tadi saya tulis the D is equals to R? Because that particular question has the line which closer to the circle. Not closer but touches the circle. Itu soalan kita sekarang. So kalau dia line itu bersentuh dengan circle, bermaksud there is no D. Bukan tak ada D. It means that the D is actually equals to R because tak ada jarak pun. Tak ada jarak yang ini pun. There is no jarak. Therefore, when the line is there, it means that the R is legitly R is equals to D, isn't it? They are the same value anyways. That's why kita boleh kadang-kadang in this situation lah, dalam soalan yang ini kita boleh jadikan our D is equals to R because we want to find the R. And so after we understand that, we can subs in our H and K because we already understand that our H and K is actually cos us R. I mean, we understand that the center is R coordinates already, okay? We do understand this already, very clear of this already. So we sub in the R in the formula, and then we also sub in this value of AX plus BY plus C equal to 0. We know that from this formula of line here, equation of line here, A is 3, B is -4, C is -20. We know it from our line here, okay? Given line. It will always be a given line, okay? And then we also have the value of A and the value of B from here. And so we calculate it, we got two value of R sebab there is a modulus. Okay, if there is dual modulus, we split it into two equation sebab dia boleh jadi positive. Of course, this is remain. Another one is negative. So when negative is outside, we will get positive R and positive 20. And so we will get two value of R, which only one of them is accepted because this is positive R. This is rejected because this is a negative R. The length of the R cannot be negative value. That's why it is being rejected. Okay, we understand that clearly already. And then we can finally write down our center, which is 5 and 5. Okay, so we are finding the center. We already have the center now. We can sub in the center inside the equation of circle because the first question is asking us equation of circle. That's why we need the center value, guys. That is the goal here. The goal is to get this value of center and the radius value. Bila dah dapat, senanglah masukkan ke dalam formula dan tulislah ia sebagai conclusion kita. We're done here, question A. Question B, find the shortest distance from the point F to the circle. Okay, so this is your circle, guys. And this is the point F. So we want the shortest distance between the circle, here yang paling ujung ni lah, and the F point. So actually we want this value. Maybe I should use blue lah. So this is the thing that we want. We want this shortest distance from the point F here and to the circle. So the circle is the surface of the circle lah. So the surface of the circle is over here. So we want the shortest distance from the surface of the circle until the point F. So we understand that this is our S already. Okay, yang ini yang you all kena tahu dululah. Tanpa you all tahu bahawa ini yang kita nak cari, yang ini yang kita shortest distance yang paling nak cari, barulah kita fikir the next step, which is how do we find this shortest distance? How? Okay, how do we find it? So the way to find it is just we need the distance from the center until the F. Okay, we need this distance D, you know. So we use the formula from the modern maths that we know. We have learned it in physics as well. Okay, you all ada belajar kot dekat physics kan? So this distance from this point to that point, from the center point to the F point, is just 5 square root of 2 unit. Ini adalah length, panjang. Ini adalah jarak daripada point C ke point F. Okay, so we use this formula and we got the unit, the 5 square root 2 unit. That is the length of it. So when we got the length of this already, we can do what? We can use this value 5 square root 2, minus it with the radius, this radius, right? Minus it with the radius inside here. So that kita dapatlah jawapan S ni. Isn't it? It's easy. It's the same as my previous video. All right. So this is the formula then. This is just a simple maths, a very mathematic concept, saying that to find the shortest distance is using the distance, the long distance here, minus with the r, which we already know that the r is 5. So 5 square root 2 minus with 5, we will get 2.07 units. So that is the shortest distance from the point F until the surface of the circle. That's it. Good luck.